Hey y'all, it's Colin from hip2save.com. Today I'm going to be talking about how to freeze dairy products. Now I know most of you are probably really familiar with freezing meats, but dairy products I think kind of scare people because they're wondering with cheese, is it going to taste good when it's been frozen for a couple months, and eggs and milk and stuff. So today I'm going to show you how easy it is to freeze dairy products, how long they can last in your freezer, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start with milk. So milk is one of the easiest things to freeze. You literally take this carton, you pour out a little of the milk because it can expand, and then you place it in the freezer, and that is it. And it can last a month in the freezer. I've researched a little bit online and some people say it can last a bit longer, but to be on the safe side, a month is pretty much the time frame that's good and that it will, taste good when you take it out. The tips for taking it out of the freezer, super simple. You take it out of the freezer, you put it in the fridge, you let it thaw. You want to let it thaw all the way though, or else it will taste like watery milk and kind of not very good. So make sure to let it sit there and thaw. So once the milk has completely thawed, shake it up and it's ready to go. Freezing milk is just a great way to go. It's a great way to help you save money because literally when you find that milk that's close to the expiration date at the grocery store, well, it's going to be super cheap. So buy it and then you can use it for the next month. And the next item I'm going to talk about is cheese. Can you believe you can actually freeze cheese? So check out what you can do. So freezing cheese is super simple. You can either freeze it in the package it's in, or what I like better, because I usually add my cheese that I freeze to recipes, is to shred it before you freeze it. Super easy to do. You literally shred the cheese, put it in a Ziploc freezer bag, label it with a date, and you can literally freeze it for up to 6 months. So, I mean, it lasts quite a while in the freezer. Freezing cheese like this is kind of, it's just, I don't think it's the smartest way to do it because yeah, you can let it thaw in the fridge, but then when you go to slice it for sandwiches, it's not going to turn out really, like it just doesn't turn out really good. It's crumbly and it's just not, it's not a good sliceable cheese after you freeze it. So definitely doing it like this is the way to go. You can add it to tons of stuff, quiches, different casseroles, so it's great to use like that. And now I'm going to talk about eggs. Typically, I don't think most of you probably freeze eggs, but you can freeze eggs if you want to, and I'm going to show you how to do just that. So what is great is that eggs can be frozen for up to a year. I'm going to kind of show you how to do it. So what I have here is frozen eggs in an ice cube tray. So you actually take the eggs, crack them, kind of like, whisk them a little bit, and then you pour them in the ice cube tray. And you can do it so you have 1 egg. So it is nice for recipes, because if you have a recipe, that calls for 2 eggs, and you can know how many eggs to take out of your ice cube tray. The problem is with these ice cube trays is you really have to spend money on them and get the nicer ones. This is a dollar store one, and I've realized doing this that you can't crack them. What I did do to get them like this, I put them in water, and then I was warm water, and then I was able to get them out. All right, and the last dairy product I'm gonna talk about is butter. I left this for last because this is the easiest thing to freeze ever. So butter is one of my favorite things to freeze. It's super simple. You literally don't even need to take it out of the package. You throw it in your freezer and that's it. If you buy salted butter, it can last 6 to 12 months in your freezer. If you buy unsalted, it tends to lose its flavor quickly, so it may only last a month. So definitely if you're planning to freeze butter, buy the salted variety. I buy most of my butter at big warehouse stores like Sam's Club or Costco. It tends to be the cheapest way to go in terms of buying bulk butter, and then I just literally pop it in my freezer. Another thing to keep in mind is that with margarine, that stuff is not good to freeze. You definitely want to buy the real stuff, and the real stuff is a lot better too. Just buy some French bread, add some butter, and you're good to go. So I've talked about what you can freeze. Now, dairy products that you can't freeze, yogurt, sour cream, cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, those products you don't want to freeze. You don't want to try it, it's not good. Well, I wanted to give you guys this tip and visually show you a Go-Gurt, but I guess I'm running out. So another tip real quick before we end this video is I just wanted to mention what I do with my kids, and maybe you do this too. My kids love Go-Gurt, but obviously when you pack that in their lunch in the morning and then want them to eat it like midday, it's not very good, especially when it's just been refrigerated. So I pop it in the freezer, it's totally frozen Go-Gurt, pop it in their bag, their lunch sack, and then it acts like, kind of like helps to make everything else cool. So if you have a sandwich in there and a drink, it kind of keeps those cool too. And then by the time lunch comes around, it's all ready to eat. It's a pretty cool tip, I like it. So I hope you all learned a lot about freezing dairy products today. Hopefully, next time you're out and you see items that are close to their expiration, you'll buy it and you'll freeze it because it's super easy to do, as I showed you. Also, I just want you guys to keep in mind that it's super simple. The items you need to freeze products: freezer bags, freezer containers, a Sharpie marker to put your date on it, and that's it. See you guys next time.